Okay guys, we are going to pick up right where we left off yesterday. Yesterday you finished the definitions of the color schemes with the color swatches that you created. Today I want to add 3 more definitions to those, and then that will be all. We'll be done. And then we're going to talk about those, and we're also going to discuss your main project. We've been doing this kind of study of color, and today we're going to begin really the real project, which I'll be giving you an actual grade on, okay? So right now I want you to go ahead and start writing these into your sketchbook right underneath where you left off with the color scheme definitions. And that these are a tint, a shade, and a tone, all right? And these also deal with color, okay? And real quick, we'll go ahead and start explaining them, and then I'm going to show you what they look like and really what they mean, and then we'll kind of create some together. All right? So a tint, this is your first one. A tint is the mixture of a color with white, which increases its lightness. All right? Now, if you think about the monochromatic paintings we've been looking at, we've kind of already discussed this, but this is a monochromatic painting of blue. All right? It's only the color blue and white and black, and then we eventually get some gray in there because we're using white and black. But this is the color I used, all right? So blue, right? I poured out some blue. And then above this are examples of tints, a mixture of a color with white. All right, and you can tell it's getting lighter as it moves upwards because there's more white than there is blue. All right, so these are examples of a tint. Here's another monochromatic painting, and look how bright the background is, the sky is, because these are tints of blue. And then below is an example of shade. A shade is the mixture of a color with black, which reduces lightness. So below this middle square, each one of these has been mixed with black, and it gets more black as it goes downwards. And it's almost all the way black at the bottom, even though it is a color of blue. All right? So you see tints and shades in this painting. Now, the last one is tone, and this is produced by either the mixture of a color with gray or by both tinting and shading. An example of a tone in this painting would be right here. All right, it kind of looks bluish-gray. Another grayish blue area would be right here. These are tones, all right? It's not quite as bright as a tint, not quite as dark as a shade. It's kind of a grayed-out color. That's a tone, all right? Now, I really want you to understand these because we're going to be using tints and shades in your big painting. And this is the main project, all right? You're going to have a color scale just like this where you choose one color. So it'll be a monochromatic project where you're using tints up here, shades down here, and then in the painting we'll use your color with its tints and its shades, all right? So we'll be creating something that looks just like this, and actually yours will look a lot more like these, all right? A 9x12 piece like this. So this is an example of a yellow monochromatic painting, an example of a green monochromatic painting, all right? And this one's a little better than this one. The brushwork's not that great on this one, but you see the tints up here, shades down here, and again, this isn't a perfect example, but gives you an idea of those colors. So, essentially what we'll be doing, we'll be drawing out an area for you to do a color scale, and then an area for you to do a painting. And in terms of what you draw, it's really up to you, okay? You can create any kind of image. All I'm requiring for this is that we have at least 9 different areas in the image for you to paint a different tint or shade, all right? So, for example, in this one, they've got multiple areas in the design where they can use all of these colors that they've created to put into the image, okay? So you can draw anything as long as you've got all of these different areas, okay? So both of these have lots of spaces for you to paint inside of. And you could do something similar to this as well, where you got like an actual scene. Okay, so let's start. We're gonna paint these tints and shades together, and we'll kind of look at them and what they look like.